Good morning and welcome. Thank you for attending our report out. We're reporting out on our Kaizen workshop this week, which was focused on med administration. And I'm supposed to introduce myself. My name is Michelle Bowles. I was one of the executive sponsors for this week's workshop. In October, we did a GAP IT workshop on barcode med administration. And this workshop really highlighted the many challenges that exist as we prepare to move to barcode med administration as EPIC throughout our inpatient areas at DPH. There's dispensing bulk bottles that require nursing to prepare individual doses, the crushing of tablets to be administered through feeding tube, and the really complex medication regimens that we have created over time. I want to take a moment to talk about those complex medication regimens because really many of us have contributed, including myself, to the development of those, partially in response to regulatory mandates. We've also done it as we've tried to keep current with trends in medicine, and we've done it in attempts to make life easier for some of our colleagues that follow us. But in the process, we've created some incredibly complex medication regimens. With that comes new problems, significant pill burden for our patients, the inability to administer meds within the 2-hour window that we are given by regulatory standards. And at times, we've even created shifts where really that's all the nurse is able to do is pass meds. So it's time to reevaluate. It's time to simplify and to look at the med regimen and how we provide those meds through a different lens. And so that's what this incredible team did this week. So now they're going to share with you our process and the magnificent solutions, countermeasures that we're going to put in place. So there's another part to the barcode med administration, and that's the actual mechanics with a barcode scanner. And for Laguna Honda specifically, it's a complicated process because we don't have a workstation, a computer next to each bed or in all the areas where we administer meds. And so in December, we did a one-day workshop, a Just Do It workshop, where we pulled together nurses from Laguna Honda as well as from 4A, which is the skilled nursing facility at CSFG, to really look at those mechanics and how we'll accomplish that come August 3rd, 2019. That team worked together and at the end of the day had created standard work for those mechanic aspects of moving the workstation to the patient and how to do that in an efficient manner.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Naomi Hathaway. I'm the Chief of Staff here at Laguna Honda Hospital. I am also one of the 2 process owners of this Kaizen, along with Giselle Silverio. And as Michelle mentioned, we're really focused on the med pass, the immediate med pass of 2 hours. And we focus on these key improvement requests, and that's to provide more ready-to-administer unit dose meds, to decrease the polypharmacy, and to streamline the administration process. And we did this through the foundation and the tools provided by the lean management system. Good morning, my name is Giselle Silverio. I'm an educator for the Department of Education and Training here over at Laguna Honda, and along with Dr. Hathaway, I'm also one of the process owners for this workshop. So over the course of this past week, we had the opportunity to work with providers in our team, as well as pharmacists and nursing, not just from Laguna Honda, but also from CSFG, to observe nursing workflow, current nursing workflow for medication pass. And with the data that had been gathered during the beginning of the week, we were able as a team to be able to collectively study that data, produce ideas based on the data that come up with ideas for improving medication test times. We conducted a number of rapid cycle testing throughout the week to study our ideas, craft a better understanding of the medication pass workflow, and to also continuously improve our medication pass. For this workshop, we were provided with four target metrics, the first of which was to decrease the med pass time per resident. The second metric was to decrease the number of residents that had prescriptions, more than 16 prescriptions. Our third metric was to reduce the med pass over 2-hour ratio, or 2-hour time period. And the fourth metric was to decrease the variations of medication dosages.
Good morning. My name is Jonathan Sears. I'm a KPO specialist with the DPH Kaizen Promotion Office. I had the pleasure of working with these very diligent, hardworking folks, and I was also the team lead for this Kaizen workshop. So we really chose to focus on polypharmacy and pharmacy products and how that impacted the med administration process, because ultimately all of that affects our residents and patients, our nurses, and our pharmacists. Just to really put polypharmacy in perspective, studies show that the chance of drug-to-drug interaction is 50% with patients taking 5 to 9 meds. It's 81% with 10 to 14 meds. It's 92% with 15 to 19 meds. And it's actually 100% with 20 plus meds. So by decreasing polypharmacy, we really look to reduce the risk of those adverse events. Also by reducing polypharmacy and really reducing how many meds we're administering, the nurses actually get more time for patient care, and they actually get a chance to breathe through this process. And ultimately we have the pharmacy perspective as well. With less meds, they have less meds to prep, process, and maintain over time, and that reduces the waste that's inherent in that process, and ultimately gives them more time as well. So to get a better understanding of our current state, as a team we went to the Gemba, or where the work is done, and we actually observed the MedPass process in Cell 5, and we essentially viewed it from the process perspective. We also looked at the patient MARS, we looked at the med cards, and we really looked at examples of clear waste throughout, just to give us the framework from which we develop our understanding of how the process is currently done. And again, you can see our team really diligently looking at these processes just to identify that waste.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm a nurse here at Honda. So during a med-pass observation on the unit, wastes were identified and categorized. And over-processing, which is taking unnecessary or extra steps to have an end result, had the bulk of what was observed.
From this workshop, we recognize that there are so many issues around medication administration and nursing requiring more than 2 hours to give their med passes. One of the biggest challenges that we have encountered is polypharmacy, and that is due to highly customized med orders without any clear rationale or clinical benefits for the patients, as well as having medication variations and dosages that is available currently in the pharmacy. With that, we have generated ideas of how to solve these problems, and we are proposing that one, limit the options for ordering physicians when they're ordering medications, and two, generate a polypharmacy console for patients that have more than 10 medications, and three, standardize medication orders and their dosages in order for a pharmacy to provide provide ready-to-use medications. And with these interventions, we will be able to tackle these challenges and reduce the time for administering meds and use that actual time to do patient care.
Good morning, my name is Berenice Sabat. I'm a nurse at Laguna Honda Hospital. So once we shared our idea generations using the idea summary sheet that Venus just presented, we noticed we have similar insights. Here you can see the 7 categories that we came up with, popular themes in this workshop. We did focus on the top 3 that were the most common: medication simplification, ready to administer, and as needed discontinuing medications. We then split into 3 different groups to work on each of these categories. In each of our groups, we worked on identifying the problem based on what we saw on the floor on the unit during MedPass. We then gathered data that supported that problem and came up with an intervention that we thought would be a potential solution for the problem that later we got to test back on the unit.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Maria Elena Healy. I'm a clinical nurse specialist here at Laguna Honda Hospital. And as part of the PDSA Rapid Cycle Improvement, we conducted several experimental changes, and we tested those changes. We looked at the results. We came up with more changes and retested. All of this was in an effort to meet the targets. So one of the things that we looked at, as Berenice mentioned, was medication simplification. So what we did is we actually tried to reduce the overall number of medications that were being provided to the residents. So we wanted to decrease the burden load of the number of pills. So in a variety of different ways, we either looked at medications that were consistently being refused, and if they were consistently being refused, then we proposed that those medications just be discontinued. We also looked at medication changes, where if the medication was being given multiple times a day, could we change it to once per day with a sustained release formula. We also looked at spreading out the workload of the pills that are being administered, so somebody wasn't receiving a large amount of pills all at one time. So if they had other MedPass times, instead of giving all of the medications at one time, we would possibly give some of them with some of the other times. We never added an additional med time. We only looked at spreading out that pill burden over time. One of the other things that was looked at and experimented with was ready-to-administer medications. Pharmacy was a huge help in this, and instead of providing medications that needed to be split or possibly crushed, they actually gave us the dose that was actually ready to administer, or they gave it to us in liquid formula, so we didn't have to crush and prepare that for administration. And lastly, one of the experimental changes that we did is we looked at the PRN, or as-needed medications, so those things that aren't given on a routine basis, but only when the resident needs it. And we actually looked at the medications over time, and if somebody wasn't receiving those as-needed medications, then we proposed a standard work to discontinue those.
Good morning, my name is Jocelyn Heisman. I'm a specialist with the DBH Kaizen Promotion Office. By the end of the second day, we identified 7 patients in which we pulled data for review of the MAR and other information. The ready-to-administer team, the med simplification team, and the discontinuing as-needed medicine team each developed a list of recommendations that were then presented to the three attending physicians on that floor. 100% of these recommendations were approved by these physicians with some minor adjustments, and orders were made to change to a test for the next day.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Eugenio Campbell. I'm the pharmacy IT manager at Zuckerberg General classroom settings, did experiments, and worked with the care team to implement some of these changes. So now it's really trying to identify what the impact is. So we went back to the get-go and followed the nurse. So part of what we really wanted to is we wanted to collect data, and one of the tools that we use to collect data are time observation forms. So folks who are not familiar with this form is we have observers follow the nurses around and document each step and how long it takes to perform each step. So using this form and other tools, we've identified things like takt time, cycle time, and lead time. So basically the rhythm of the processes, the times it takes to perform each specific sequence, and the total time it takes to perform the entire med pass in this example. So armed with the feedback from the staff, armed with data we gathered again, and made changes to our processes, what we did was we looked for opportunities where we can improve, look for defects, and look for opportunities to change it for the next cycle.
Hi, my name is Taylor Evans. I'm one of the clinical pharmacists here. I'm here to share with you some of the results of our med simplification process. My team knows this is a topic that gets me very hot. And this was actually a really wonderful experience. We do have a process here of medication simplification on Laguna Honda. It's called the Pharmacist Drug Regimen Review. But we haven't been able to produce this kind of robust results in the past. And I think it's because when we do drug regimen reviews, sometimes we're practicing as pharmacists kind of like we're on an island. And this time we also had the expertise of nursing and the medical providers present to be able to grill in real time and work as a team to come up with some really great results. One thing that nursing helped us focus on was the unnecessary finger sticks and unnecessary vitals, incorporating patient preferences, and in addition, looking to all the different med times on the MAR. For one of our patients, he had 7 different dosing times on his MAR, and we reduced that down to 2. In addition, we stopped all of this patient's morning meds. He was only getting meds in the afternoon and evening, and this was according to his preferences. He was refusing a lot of time in the morning. So from this process, I'm really pleased that we got about 23% of these medications down from these 8 patients, and I think this is, I anticipate this will have changes for patient outcomes and also in reducing med administration time. And it's really good proof that working in a team really does work. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Susan Rosen, Supervising Pharmacist at Laguna Honda. Best practices include supplying medication in ready-to-administer form. This practice decreases med prep time, it decreases waste, and it increases dosing accuracy. To test whether providing ready-to-use decreases med prep time, we completed a time study comparing ready-to-use liquid versus whole liquid, ready-to-use 1/2 tablet versus whole tablet, and ready-to-use half tablet crushed versus whole tablet crushed. The results, the not ready-to-use dosage form took an average of 56.5 seconds to prepare. The ready-to-use dosage forms took an average of 8.3 seconds to prepare. This small study demonstrated an 85% reduction in nurse prep time by providing ready-to-use dosage forms.
Hello, my name is Lisa Wong. I'm a pharmacist here at Laguna Honda. Just to define, the PRN refers to medication orders for as needed, like as needed for cough, as needed for dry eyes, which actually might have a self-limiting, so you won't give it unless the patient has those symptoms.